Hey everyone! Welcome to the Bold and Beautiful 24. I'm Alessio, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Wyatt Spencer returns, declares war on Dad for Liam's shooting? I don't think anyone in Los Angeles saw this coming. One moment, life was just rolling along with its usual chaos, and the next, it was like the world stopped spinning. Liam Spencer, the heart and soul of so many people's lives, is lying unconscious in a hospital bed after being shot. And the person responsible? Luna Nozawa. The shock of that alone is enough to rattle anyone who knew her. Now his loved ones, Steffy, Hope, Bill, everyone is gathered at the hospital, hoping, praying, willing him to open his eyes. But as they wait, one name keeps echoing in the background: Wyatt. Where is Wyatt Spencer? Why isn't he here yet? And more importantly, what will he do once he finds out the truth? Because when Wyatt learns what's really happened, that their father, Dollar Bill Spencer, is the reason Liam was in Luna's crosshairs in the first place, there's going to be hell to pay. Liam needs Wyatt now more than ever. Let's rewind for just a second and talk about the chaos that led to this moment. Luna Nozawa, once seen as a rising star and promising new face in LA, ended up pulling the trigger and shooting Bill Spencer's own son. It's almost unbelievable. But then again, when you look at how things unfolded, it starts to make a devastating kind of sense. Bill had a hand in Luna's release. He's the one who stepped in, pulled strings, and got her out of prison. It was framed like a redemption arc, a second chance for a woman who, at one point, many believed had changed. But second chances come with consequences. And this one, it was catastrophic. Had Bill just left things alone, if he'd let Luna stay behind bars, Liam wouldn't be lying in a hospital bed, fighting for his life. His friends and family wouldn't be pacing the hallways outside of surgery. Steffi wouldn't be trying to hold it together for their children. And now, word is that Wyatt is heading back to Los Angeles, and he's not just coming to visit. He's coming back to stand up for Liam. A brother's wrath. Wyatt Spencer has always had a complicated relationship with his father. There were moments when they seemed close, when Bill seemed like a father Wyatt could actually count on. But those moments were fleeting. And now, after what happened with Liam, all those old resentments are bubbling to the surface. The second Wyatt walks through those hospital doors and finds out who's really responsible, everything changes. Sources say Wyatt is absolutely horrified when he learns that it was his own father who paved the way for Luna's freedom, and by extension, Liam's tragedy. Sure, legally, Bill may be off the hook. He didn't pull the trigger. But emotionally, morally, he's as guilty as they come. Wyatt isn't going to let this slide. Not this time. Someone has to pay. There's a quiet, burning fury in Wyatt that fans haven't seen in a long time. And now, that fire is roaring. B&B spoilers hint that Wyatt may not care about the legal technicalities. He wants justice for Liam, and if that means going after his own father, so be it. And then there's the looming possibility that Liam might not even survive. Or, if he does, he may never be the same. There are rumors swirling that when Liam wakes up, if he wakes up, he might not remember anyone. The idea that he could be paralyzed, or worse, forget the people who love him most, it's devastating. What happens if Liam wakes up and doesn't know Steffi? Or Hope? Or even his own daughter? What if Wyatt walks into that hospital room, only to be met with blank eyes and no recognition? And then there's the tumor. Let's not forget that Liam was already in the fight of his life before the gunshot wound. Just days before this incident, doctors revealed that he had a tumor, something aggressive, potentially fatal. It was a race against time before the shooting. Now, things are even more complicated. The tumor, the gunshot, and the race to save Liam. Dr. John Finnegan is under pressure like never before. Alongside Bridget Forrester, they're working tirelessly to stabilize Liam, remove the tumor, and somehow repair the damage done by the bullet. Now, it might seem a little unbelievable. How can one surgery address both a life-threatening tumor and a gunshot wound? But this is the bold and the beautiful. Logic doesn't always apply. What matters is the emotional fallout, and the fact that fans are watching every second, desperate to see Liam pull through. But even if he survives, there's no guarantee he'll be the same. Removing the tumor might involve removing parts of his brain, parts that hold memories, emotions, entire relationships. It's a terrifying prospect. Imagine Liam opening his eyes and asking, "Who are you?" to Steffy. Or worse, remembering only his past life and thinking he's still married to Hope. The emotional ripple effects of something like that would be devastating, not just for Liam, but for everyone who loves him. Bill's guilt. Meanwhile, Bill is breaking down. Say what you will about the man. He loves his son. And this? It's killing him. He's desperate to see Liam, to talk to him, to beg for forgiveness even if Liam can't hear him. But Steffy isn't having it. She blames Bill, openly, unapologetically, for the entire situation. She sees him as the one who let the monster back out into the world. The one who put all their lives in jeopardy. And she's not wrong. Interestingly, it was Hope who reached out to Bill in the first place, told him where Liam was, and that he needed to come. It's a move that speaks volumes. Despite everything, Hope still sees the humanity in Bill. She still believes he deserves to say goodbye if it comes to that. But Steffy, she's not budging. As far as she's concerned, Bill being on Liam's emergency contact list doesn't mean anything anymore. Lee Finnegan's disgust. Elsewhere in the hospital, Lee Finnegan is dealing with her own nightmare. She's stunned, absolutely gutted, by Poppy Nozawa's reaction to Luna's death. There's no grief, no tears, no emotion at all. Just cold, blank indifference. Lee can't understand it. This was her daughter. How can she be so unaffected? The tension between Lee and Poppy boils over, especially as Lee begins to realize that Luna never really had a chance, not with Poppy as her main influence. It's a heartbreaking revelation, one that's tainted by too many missed chances and buried resentments. Holding vigil. Back in Liam's room, Hope and Steffy are keeping vigil. They're united in their grief, their worry, and their shared history. Once rivals, they now sit side by side, trading stories about Liam, laughing through tears, holding his hands, hoping their voices will reach whatever part of him is still fighting. It's one of the rare, genuine moments of peace on the show. Two women who've loved the same man, putting their differences aside for his sake. Grace Buckingham's role. Then there's Grace Buckingham. Fans will remember she was the one who insisted something was wrong with Liam, who discovered the tumor and pushed for treatment. But now, her behavior is raising eyebrows. Why did she push so hard to get Liam into surgery, only to seemingly step aside when Finn took over? Was she pressured? Threatened? Is there something darker going on behind the scenes? It's a mystery that's only just beginning to unravel. The tension in Los Angeles was practically electric. News of Liam's shooting spread like wildfire, and whispers of Wyatt's impending arrival stirred hope, anger, and fear all at once. Wyatt Spencer, known for his no-nonsense attitude and fierce loyalty to his family, was finally making his way back to the city. When Wyatt stepped off the plane, it was clear this wasn't just a casual visit. He carried the weight of months of pent-up frustration and heartbreak in his eyes. The Spencer family had been through so much, but nothing had ever shaken Wyatt quite like this. He headed straight for the hospital, bypassing the usual greetings and small talk. His mind was consumed with one thing: Liam. His half-brother, his blood, the man who'd always been the calm in the storm. Wyatt knew one thing for sure: someone had to answer for this. And that someone was their father, Bill Spencer. Wyatt's confrontation with Bill, a son's fury. Bill was there at the hospital when Wyatt arrived. He looked beaten down, older than his years, but still determined to stand by his son. But the moment Wyatt walked in, the atmosphere shifted. The old father-son dynamic cracked and shattered as Wyatt's voice rose, sharp and unforgiving. "How could you, Dad? How could you let her out? Luna was dangerous, everyone knew it. You put Liam's life in your hands, and now look where we are." Bill opened his mouth to defend himself, but Wyatt cut him off. "Don't even try. You had a choice. You chose to ignore the risks. And now Liam is fighting for his life because of you." The room grew heavy with the weight of Wyatt's words. Ridge Forrester, standing nearby, stepped forward, ready to add fuel to the fire. Ridge had his own scores to settle with Bill, especially after the near disaster that had almost cost his daughter and grandson their lives. Ridge and Bill's old rivalry rekindled. Ridge's voice was low but laced with bitterness. "Bill, you've been reckless for too long. This isn't just business anymore, it's family. And you keep dragging everyone into the crossfire." The tension between Ridge and Bill was palpable, decades of rivalry flaring up in a matter of minutes. But this wasn't about old grudges anymore. This was about Liam, the man lying between life and death. Wyatt took a deep breath, channeling his anger into something focused. "I'm here for Liam. And if anyone thinks I'm going to sit back while Dad ruins another life, they're wrong." The first signs of hope. Liam wakes up. As the family bickered and argued, inside the ICU, something incredible happened. Liam's eyes fluttered open. But the moment was bittersweet. He looked around, confused, his gaze blank as he took in the faces around him. Steffy, Hope, Bill, Wyatt. None of them registered right away. Who are you?" he whispered, his voice weak but filled with fear. The room froze. Steffy's heart broke as she stepped forward, tears streaming down her face. "Liam, it's me. It's Steffy. We're here. We love you." But Liam's eyes filled with confusion. There was no spark of recognition. The tumor, the surgery, the trauma, it had wiped clean the memories they all took for granted. Liam's memory loss, a devastating blow. Doctors explained to the family that the tumor's removal, combined with a gunshot wound, had likely damaged the parts of Liam's brain responsible for memory. It was the cruelest twist of fate. Hope's voice trembled as she looked at Liam. "We're going to help you remember. Every day. Every moment." Wyatt clenched his fists, a mixture of heartbreak and rage boiling inside. "We'll get through this. Liam's not alone." But in his heart, he knew the road ahead would be long and painful. The family's fragile new bond. In the days that followed, Hope and Steffy did what they could to keep Liam's world grounded in love and familiarity. They told stories from their past, played videos, showed pictures, all in a desperate attempt to reach the brother and husband who seemed lost. Meanwhile, Wyatt stayed vigilant. Every visit, every word was a battle to bring Liam back. Bill, on the other hand, kept a low profile, haunted by guilt and the weight of his decisions. His relationship with Wyatt was strained almost beyond repair. But deep down, everyone wanted Liam to come home, not just physically, but in every way. The mystery of Grace Buckingham. Amidst all this turmoil, Grace Buckingham remained a wild card. Her insistence on Liam's surgery, her sudden withdrawal from the operation room, and her strange behavior afterward didn't go unnoticed. Rumors began to swirl that she might be hiding something, or worse, that someone might be forcing her hand. Was Grace an ally or an adversary? The family had to figure that out quickly, especially if they wanted any chance of saving Liam.